Welcome back. I'm Rob Lang and this is my game Clomper. You live inside a mechanical ladybird called a Clomper, which you control by making pipes to power machines with steam. The outside world is a hellscape, which you explore from inside the Clomper, gathering resources and completing quests. That sounds like fun. Go wishlist on Steam. You told me that movement was a bit rubbish, that creating pipes was all clunky, and that Clomper was punishing. Really selling my game, and you were right. So I've been fixing it. Let me tell you all about SmoothDamp, Vertex shaders, and why I didn't like pipe zooping. Before we get onto all of that, in the next video I'm going to be doing a Q&A. That's where you get to ask me questions and then I do my best to answer them. I've been doing this 6 years now and I've not burnt out or got bored or released Clomper either. Leave your question in a comment down below or over on the Discord and we'll compile a big list and get them answered in the next video. Thank you. In the beta test, lots of people pointed out that the controller felt a bit rubbish. Now I'm using the standard Unity controller, and I think in part it was how I'd set it up, but also there was no smoothness to the motion. It's quite hard to see, but if you're moving forwards and you take your finger off a key, it comes to a sudden halt, and that doesn't feel very good. I first tried to use the kinematic controller you can download from the Unity Asset Store. I liked it very much, but I couldn't get the camera movement to be smooth and it wouldn't run up any slopes. So instead I went with Peter's suggestion, the casual Dutchman, who I mention in most videos. Peter suggested that I SmoothDamp the input of the player, which means when you take your finger off the key, although that goes from moving forward to suddenly stop, what the game actually does is it brings you to a halt slowly, as if the key was an analog key. I think it works rather well, but it needs more playtesting and will need more tweaking. One feature that I've been looking forward to doing for some time has been climbing pipes. It's sort of obvious and does fit in with the lore. The pipes are massive compared to the actual players, so being able to climb them makes complete sense. Before this feature, most building you'd do would be from standing on the ground and looking up, but it can be really hard to build pipes high up in this way. You can also nerd pole up like you would in Minecraft, but that uses resources that you may not have many of. Being able to climb pipes means that you can get up into the ceiling quite easily now. I'm really looking forward to the playtesters having a go at this. I'm sure it needs more tweaking, but it works enough for now. The second biggest piece of feedback that I got from the playtest was that pipe creation was a bit clunky. What you would need to do is look at a Steam port and then hold down the left mouse button to create a sort of temporary pipe. With that held down, you could rotate it and lifting your finger off would make the pipe. I also had a separate mode for deleting. Now this wasn't awful, it did work, but if you're trying to swap between pipes and understand how to connect two slightly mismatched things together, then it isn't very good. Now, when you look at a Steam port, it automatically creates that temporary pipe. You don't need to click just yet. While you're looking at it, you can rotate the pipe and even swap the type that you're trying to make. Then, when you're ready, you click the button and it creates the pipe. Deleting pipes is no longer a separate mode either. It's just the right mouse button. One feature I experimented with, but I'm not going to leave in, is pipe zooping. This is where you hold down the left mouse button and it can create a whole load of pipes in a row, as opposed to click, click, click for each pipe. This doesn't quite fit with Clomper's design, because Clomper is all about taking your time to try and work out the best way to connect these two things together, rather than going particularly fast. Clomper was punishing. If you made a mistake and you hit a wall, which is very easy to do, then pipes would pop off all over the Clomper. And while that looks lovely on a video, it's actually quite annoying because you then have to grind each of those dead pipes, which means connecting up the grinder and then putting each of the pipes into it. That's kind of fun, but it's also kind of annoying if you're just trying to complete a quest. What we really want is a Clomper that's easier to fix normally, but hard to fix if you're careless. If you're just not taking any care whatsoever, then it's going to be tricky. The solution for this actually was suggested by Big Rob, my friend, about 5 or 6 years ago, but there was never a reason to implement this mechanic, so I haven't. If you hit a wall now, some of the machines get damaged as before, but they're easy to fix with a Helldiver's up, down, left, right type business. But for the pipes, they just become damaged, and then you can turn your tool into repair mode and just pop round the Clomper going repair, 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 repair. If the same pipe gets damaged a number of times, then it will pop off and you have to grind it back into scrap. The cautious player, after they've hit something, can go and repair all their pipes. The uncautious player will just ignore them, and one day they will get too much damage and pop off. So how have I done the damaged pipes? To show that a pipe is damaged, I'm using a Vertex shader. No, don't panic, it's really not that hard. Clomper has one main shader I call default. Because I'm so basic. That was the best name I could come up with. The default shader is a material with shader graph, and in the shader graph I've added this new section for damage. Now, a vertex shader is where you get the shader to move the points of your mesh. This is the piece of the shader graph that does the work. The two variables here are for the displacement amount, which allows me to mess with how much the pipes go wonky, and this one shows how much damage has been done. I had this idea that the more a pipe is damaged, the more wonky it gets. It's important to use object space for this and not world space, otherwise if you were to move the pipes around, you can see that the points go all wibbly wobbly, and you don't want that. You can use world space if your objects never move, but damaged pipes do move. They need to be picked up and thrown into the grinder. I chose not to deform the golden steam ports on each end. Firstly, they use a different object space than the rest of the pipe, which made getting things to line up quite hard. Secondly, damaged pipes still work, you can still build onto them, they still pass steam. I wanted to show the player that the steam ports were still functioning even if the pipe itself is a little bit knackered. To make it really obvious that a pipe is damaged, I also changed the colour and then added some steam and some sparks. Even with all of that, you still need to look around the Clomper to make sure that things have been repaired properly. You need to take some care, and that's okay, that's what I want. Repairing pipes is now a new mode, which you can switch into and then run around the Clomper going tap 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 tap, and all the pipes get fixed. There's no skill to it right now, and you don't have to wait. I'll get the playtesters to see what they feel about repairing. Really pleased I put this one in. It's a great mechanic that's very easy for players to understand. It completely fits within the design, and it does make Clomper much less punishing. While I really like the new pipe creation mechanic, there is a bit of a problem. And that's that when you are running around inside the Clomper, then temporary pipes keep popping up all over the place if you happen to look at a steam port. Also, if you accidentally right click, as I know I do in various games, you can accidentally delete a pipe. The answer for now is to use repair mode on the tool, as if you were going to repair pipes. But that's not really what it's for. It feels like there needs to be another mode on the tool, a sort of a default, where you spend most of your time. I've had an idea for a while that this might be some kind of steam dial to allow you to test the steam in each pipe. But the problem with that is I want to put dials on pipes, and I want players running around inside the Clomper checking things out. I don't want all of the information right there in front of the player. They've got to move about. definitely need more playtesting on this. I have a feeling that this is just a me thing. I've been playing this for so many years now that anything feels weird. Actual, real, ordinary humans. Ordinary humans. There's no such thing. Particularly anyone who downloads Clomper. But I need more playtesting on that. At this stage, playtesting is always the answer, right? What's next? Well, I'm still bug hunting right now, and then I'll give an alpha test and then a closed beta test of the changes that I've made. And then it's a matter of working out which of the 21 outstanding issues need to be fixed before an open beta. Open betas are rather scary. Some of these issues most of you won't care about. Other ones you might find really need to be fixed. So I'll be talking to the Discord community about which ones of those really need to be done. I wanted to get the open beta done before the end of the year, but work and family and friends stuff just took precedence, and this is my hobby, and they come first because of course they do. I'm not going to beat myself up about that. It's just life. You can have a plan, but in the end, if it doesn't work out, just roll with it. It's all you can do, really. Don't forget, pop your questions for the Q&A down in the comments or over on the Discord. Like and subscribe for more of this, and I'd very much appreciate a cheeky wish list over on Steam. And until next time, bye bye.